Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. The reason I'm barefaced today is because I've had a few of you ask me to do contour technique. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I may do cream and powder combined. I may just do cream. I may just do powder. Let me know which one you prefer. But today I think we're going to do a combo. Today I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Cosmetics Cream Contour Palette. It looks like this. There's two deeper shades, an ashier shade, and then a highlight shade. I'm not going to be using this highlight shade just because I think it's a little bit too yellow for my skin tone, so I'm going to be using my concealer to highlight. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, just to set the product in place, I like to use an eye pencil. This is the Flower Beauty. It's rubbed off, so I'll have to look and find it. But it's just kind of this thick, stiff, very dense brush, and it's just easy to get to the sides of the nose. I like to just place the product on there with this brush and then go back and blend it out with a beauty sponge. So we are going to first take, I'm going to try not to blind y'all with the mirror. First going to take this ashier shade right here and just really get it on the brush, get a good amount of product because we're going to go in and do the cheek first. So what you're going to want to do is feel where that bone is right here, and you're going to want to follow that natural shadow. If we had the most chiseled cheekbones, that's where that shadow would be, okay? But since we don't, I don't, you're going to find that bone, and then you're going to place this right on top of it. For now, we're just placing the product. So same thing, we're going to want to put the product right up on kind of by our hairline because that's where a natural shadow would be. This is going to really make your forehead look smaller. If you have a 5 head like I do, this is going to really make it look shorter. So we're just going to place the product. Going to connect to those two right there. And we're going to, when we blend it out, we're going to really push it into that hairline. And then we can't forget about the jaw. So you're not going to want to put this like right under or right on top. You're going to want to put it right on the jawline. Otherwise, it's going to look like you just have a makeup line. So this is where my jawbone is. So we're just going to draw that line here, connecting it up into our other line. So it's going to look a little crazy right now until we blend it out, but just bear with me. Still taking that same shade, and now probably want a little less product on it here. We're going to go directly down the side of the nose right here, where that natural shadow would be. And if you want to, I like to do this. I like to bring it up into my eye socket bone. What's that called? All you people who are good at stuff like that, let me know what that bone's called. Occipital? Update. Spoken like a true person with a psychology degree and not like nursing or something. I realize now that occipital is a lobe in the brain. Yeah, that's my bad. I still don't know what this bone is called though. If you do, help you girl out. Anatomy was never my strong subject. Okay, bye. Or, I don't know. Gonna bring it up just a little bit above that, or below that eyebrow. And then, here's where a lot of people mess up the nose contour. They usually take it straight down both sides of the nose and then connect it here. But if you notice, the natural shadow of your nose goes out here. So we're gonna add that little shadow as well. And then you're gonna take a little bit, just following all the natural shadows, you're going to put that here and make almost like a little point. Now if you want your nose, I don't want to do this, but if you want your nose to look more buttony, you could take and make a little line right across the ball of your nose right here, and that would make it look a little more buttony if you wanted to do that. But this is what we have so far. I've only done half of my face because I want to I want to kind of see what that's going to look like. And also, if you want to make your lips look more full, I look dead right now. If you want to make your lips look more full, you can take a little right below that bottom lip. Alright, now I'm going to take my Real Technique sponge. It's super damp right now. And we're just going to blend the crap out of it. You want to make sure when you're blending this that you're not bringing it down. Because if you bring it down to this area right here, it's just going to look like you haven't washed your face in a while. I'm going to push this part up into your hairline. See that nice shadow there? I know it looks like I have contour here, but nope, that's just my eye bags. We'll cover this in a second. Because part of contouring is highlighting. So you want to contour the natural shadows of your face, but you also want to highlight the high points of your face. So that's what's going to make everything stand out. Just keep blending, just keep blending, just keep blending, blending, blending. I'm going to take the smaller side to do the side of my nose here. If you get a little messy around the side of the nose like I kind of did, it's okay, we can clean that up with the concealer. Okay, so do you see how it's just kind of a subtle little, compared to this side, you got nothing, and this side's just a little more sculpted. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side of my face off camera, and we'll come back to do the highlights. Do you see how I created just kind of like this natural shadow on my face? Now this side looks a little messy, but we're going to clean this up with concealer and powder. We're going to really bring that highlight together. So to highlight with, I'm going to take the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Mine's in the shade Fair Neutral. I do have two shades of this. This is Fair Neutral. This is Light Neutral. So I use this on the darkest part of my eyes right here where my bags are really, really bad. I need sleep. And then I'll use the darker shade a little bit under. So since we're going full contour highlight, we're going to take the lightest shade and put it right underneath that nose contour, and then right on the darkest part of the eyes. Because we're going to highlight right underneath where we contoured, it's going to really make that contour look like very, you know what I'm saying? Snatched, if you will. I'm going to take my light neutral and I'm going to put a little bit of it just on the outside of my eyes where I don't want it to be quite as bright. It's not that big of a difference, but you can, just to kind of make it look like the natural colors of my face. I know on the camera it kind of looks the same, but you see it's a little darker out here. Alright, now we're going to go back in with the lightest shade, Fair Neutral, and we're going to continue to highlight the high points of the face. And what I mean by that is when you look into a light, where the light hits. So it's going to be usually in this area, the middle of your nose, your chin, under your eyes. I know when I first started doing makeup, I was watching all these makeup tutorials and they were like, and just hit the high points of your face, and I was like, what? What does that mean? That's what that means. You're just going to take this basically to the edge of where you contoured. Probably want to highlight that cupid's bow. And then your chin. Now, if you want to super make your cheekbones super sharp, you can do, we'll just go ahead and do it. I'm gonna do a little line right here, directly under where we put that contour, and a little line over here. Let's go make it sharp. Okay, now we're gonna take the smaller pointy side of the beauty sponge, and it's damp, and we're gonna go in and blend out this craziness. Here I'm just gonna drag back and forth because we're gonna dab like on the line, but then drag because you want to keep that line super sharp. See how that cheekbone now is really cut, and I know that that's super light right now, but we're gonna keep blending it out, and then we're gonna put a setting powder on it. See how this really made that line pop? When you're blending, be careful not to blend the highlight part, the concealer part, into where you place your contour, because that's basically just going to erase everything you just did. But if you do, that's okay. You can always go back in. Which I might have to do a little bit over here. Maybe not. Now that you're looking snatched, now we have to take all this cream stuff and set it in place and make sure it doesn't move anywhere throughout the day. Now, a lot of people don't usually do this part. They just usually set the concealer with a setting powder, but you want to set your contour in place too. I usually do that with a bronzer. So I'm going to take my big Marc Jacobs Omega Tantastic bronzer that smells like coconuts. It smells so good. And I'm going to take it on my Real Techniques, I think this is the, sculpting brush. And then I'm going to go right on top of where I cream contoured to set that really in place. You can feather it, blend it out, just really set it in place. So that powder is going to make sure that that cream doesn't move. To set the nose, I usually take another eye brush. This is just an old one from e.l.f. It's an eyeshadow C brush. Just one that's kind of firm and kind of easy to get up in those lines. And you're just going to set it. Make sure that all of the lines are blended though. You don't want to have any straight lines. Sometimes your finger helps too. Going back to my face sculpting brush to blend out that jawline. I usually make them connect right here by my ear. Alright, so now we are going to bake this mug at 350 degrees. I just thought it was so funny when I hear people say that. No? Not funny? Okay. I'm going to take the Laura Mercier setting powder. I'm just going to pour some out here on the lid. And then I'm going to take the flat end of a beauty sponge. Just use another one here. And we're going to really make sure that if you're creased right here that you wipe away the crease, because you don't want to set the crease in. So just gonna put that right over where we put the concealer. Now you can either immediately dust this away or you can let it sit. I usually like to let it sit, that way it really absorbs all the oils, and the longer you let it sit, I feel like, this may be just be a mental thing, but the longer you let it sit, the longer that it's gonna have that lasting effect and make the makeup really like stay all day. So I like to let it sit. But you do you. You know, you do you. Get some more powder. Really make that a straight line. A little bit of my eyelids too. Alright. Now we're going to let this sit for just like a minute. I'll be right back. Alright, it's been a couple minutes. Now what we're going to do is dust away this powder. So what I used to do is dust it away with kind of like a, I don't know, a larger brush, maybe something like this size, and just get under there and wipe it away. But I saw Mario, which is Kim Kardashian's makeup artist, use a little eyeshadow blending brush to do it. So ever since then, it just makes more sense. So I'm going to use this little blending brush and just dust away the powder. It's a lot easier to control this way and really put that excess powder exactly where you want it. Look at that. Look at that cheekbone though. I see you, Steffany. Snatched. Oh, she got cheekbones. The power of makeup, my friends. You can also take this opportunity to just blend in those lines. Since this has nothing on it, the lines kind of where your contour meets your highlight, just blend those together, make everything look more natural. Alright you guys, that is my completed cream contour routine. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, drop me a comment letting me know what kind of basics you want to see next. I can either do like a powder contour, or we can do like a blending basics or something like that. Just let me know what you guys want to see next. I know I've had a couple of requests to do a brow tutorial, so stay tuned for that. I can film that for you. So that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.